Shocking images. A 9-day difference in Antarctica. Before and after pictures taken by NASA show the horrific ice melt after a record-breaking heat spell. Antarctica suffered a week of very intense ice melt after weather stations measured the hottest temperatures on record for Antarctica. NASA satellite pictures, of course, took the images of this huge widespread melt earlier this month. It started February 6th and it ended about the 11th. The weather station thermometers peaked at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, you could walk around with a short-sleeve shirt, can you imagine? 18.3 degrees Celsius. That's about the temperature of Los Angeles or even Spain on that day. These warm temperatures were measured at the northern tip of Antarctica February 5th, and the warm spell ended February 13. But that's unfortunately what happened is the difference that you see here. A tremendous amount of ice and snow melt, also causing ponds in the middle of this island, in the peninsula, in the northern peninsula, in only 9 days. In the second shot, you can see the meltwater ponds on the surface of the island. Mario Pelto, who is a glaciologist at Nicholas College in England, said, "I have seen melt ponds develop never this quickly in Antarctica. You see these kinds of melts in Alaska and Greenland, but not in Antarctica." Now, during this swarm spell, about 0.9 square miles, 1.5 square kilometers of snow became saturated with meltwaters. The models of the climate events here suggest that Eagle Island suffered up to 1 inch or 3 centimeters of peak melt on February 6th, the day of the record temperature. And between February 6th and 11th, the snow peak on Eagle Island estimated to have melted at about 4 inches. NASA said about 20% of the seasonal snowpack on Eagle Island lost during this brief warming event. And Dr. Pelto explained that the rapid melt was triggered by the warm winds that were sustained. This Antarctic peninsula is usually shielded from warmer tropical drafts by a band of winds known as the Southern Hemisphere westerlies, but the protective band of air on this part of the continent was weakened during the warm spell, and that allowed the warm air into the Antarctic to hit in this area of the ice sheet. Also, the sea surface temperatures rose. They were above average by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade, above average. And scientists also suspect the Foehn winds, F-O-E-H-N, played part in this melt. According to NASA, these winds are dry, warm gusts coming downslope from mountains, and early this month, westerly winds passed over the Antarctic Peninsula mountain range, the Cordillera, and were pushed up the mountains, and as the air cooled, condensing into rain and snow clouds before releasing heat into the surrounding air. The warm air then is believed to have traveled downslope on the other side of the mountains, raising temperatures over the Antarctic Peninsula. And the dry air also caused that there were fewer clouds, so they had stronger sunlight penetrating, of course, through the clear skies and causing even more melt. And another atmospheric researcher at NASA said 2 things that can make a Foehn-induced melt event stronger are the stronger winds and, of course, the higher temperatures. Dr. Pelto said, if you think about this one event in February, that isn't significant. But he says that this more significant, what is significant is that these events are happening more frequently, and of course, changing everything. This is by Sebastian Kedley on Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.